Today, we're talking all about rotational power. We're going to look at something called the X factor, which is the key to incredible athletic performance and also the hidden career-threatening danger that can come right along with it. So let's just get right to it with the big question for any athlete in a sport that involves swinging or throwing. Think golf, tennis, baseball. Are you actually building power the smart way, or are you just chasing speed and walking yourself straight into a nasty injury trap? I mean, listen to that language. It's describing what happens in your body at the peak of what's called the X factor stretch. It sounds intense, because it is intense. And that last part, ready to blow, well, that's a scarily accurate way to describe the risk you're putting on your lower back.
To really get why this is such a common trap, we've got to take a quick look at our own blueprint. It all comes down to how our bodies are actually designed to move, and there's a really powerful concept that explains it perfectly. This is the joint-by-joint theory, and it's a super simple but really profound idea. Basically, some of our joints are built to move. They're mobile. Others are built to be stiff and strong. They provide stability. And they're stacked on top of each other, alternating all the way up the body. Now, if you get this relationship wrong, that's when things start to break. So here it is. This is the most crucial piece of the entire puzzle. Your lumbar spine, your lower back, is, by its very nature, a stability joint. Its main job is to create a solid platform and, get this, resist rotation. It was never, ever designed to be the engine of your swing. And this chart just lays it out so clearly. The real engines for rotation are supposed to be your hips and your upper back, what we call the thoracic spine. When those mobile joints get stiff and can't move, and for a lot of us they are, your body's going to cheat. It has to. So it forces that stable lower back to twist and turn to get the job done, a job it was never built for. And that, right there, that is the injury trap. So, if it's so dangerous, why do athletes chase this movement like it's the Holy Grail? Well, the answer is simple. Because when it's done correctly, the X factor is without a doubt the secret to elite-level power. The X factor is all about separation. The easiest way to think about it is like winding up a big rubber band. The more you can turn your shoulders while keeping your hips relatively still, the more potential energy you're storing up in your core. Just to put a number on it, a pro golfer might turn their shoulders a full 90 degrees on the backswing, while their hips only turn about 45 degrees. That difference, that 45-degree gap, that's the X factor. That's all the stored power. But here's where the real magic and the real danger kicks in. This X factor stretch happens in that split-second transition into the downswing. As their hips start firing toward the target, the best athletes in the world actually keep their shoulders coiled back, increasing the stretch for just a moment. Imagine pulling a slingshot back even further right before you let it go. That violent snapback is what creates explosive, world-class speed. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up on being powerful. Not at all. It just means you have to be way smarter about it. You literally have to earn the right to rotate by preparing your body the right way. And here's how you do it. The correct order here is absolutely non-negotiable. And honestly, it's probably the exact opposite of how most people train. First, you have to restore mobility in the joints that are supposed to be mobile. Second, you build stability to control that newfound movement. Only then, as the very last step, do you start adding power and speed to the system. So, step one means you have to relentlessly focus on your body's true rotational engines, your hips and your thoracic spine. If these areas can't move freely, your lower back is always going to be at risk. It doesn't matter how strong your abs are. So once you have that mobility, then you lock it down. You build a strong, stable core and powerful muscles around your hips. This foundation acts like a protective corset for your lower back, letting it stay stable and safe while your mobile joints do all the high-speed twisting. All right, so what's the one thing you should take away from all this? Well, it can be summed up with a really simple but powerful metaphor from the auto world. This is it. This is the whole ballgame. Your rotational speed is the engine, but your body's mobility and stability, that's the chassis of the car. And trying to pile on more power and more speed without first making sure your body's frame is sound and solid, well, that's just a recipe for disaster. You have to build the chassis first. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. When you step into the gym or head out to practice, what's your real goal? See, the best athletes know that building a resilient, injury-proof body is the only sustainable path to long-term power. The choice is yours.